So for this video, I'm pretty much just going to be talking about college and what it's like to be a first year student at a college, what you should expect. I googled questions high schoolers have for first year college students, and I came up with a list, and I'm just going to be talking about them. I'm going to give you like some of my answers. These aren't like the answers, like this is just me. So I'll get right into that for you and answer some questions. I go to a smaller school. It's not huge. It's decent, obviously bigger than my high school. I just came here because it was really affordable. They had a great nursing program. Because it was like small, I figured that it'd be easier for me to get used to, and it definitely was. It was definitely so easy to adjust. It was a lot like my high school. Everyone just kind of knew everyone, and the town is a lot like my hometown too, so it was like a step up, but it wasn't like crazy. It was pretty easy to get used to, and that's pretty much why I came here. I wish it was a little bit bigger, and yeah, it was like easy to get used to and everything, but I wish the town was bigger. There's not a lot to do in town. It's hard going to a small school. You're always gonna run into people that you know. So the first few questions were mainly about what life is like at college. So it's pretty chill. You live with a bunch of kids, it was weird at first. It was weird living in a building with a bunch of other kids my age, and then the people that are in charge were like 2 years older than me. But it's definitely really cool. Like, you're not living with your mom anymore. No one's telling you what time you should go to bed or be home. One of the questions that I found online was, how much should you study, or how much do you study? They say you're supposed to study 2 hours for every hour that you're in the classroom. However, I don't do that. I study when I feel like I should study. If you feel pretty good about a class, you don't need to study 2 hours for every hour you're in the classroom. That might be a little excessive. But if you feel like I need to step up my game in this class, then yeah, you should definitely be studying a lot more. I feel like it's more about how you feel about how good you're doing in that class, how much more studying you need. Like, if I'm studying and I feel like pretty good, like I know everything that's going on, like yeah, I probably don't need to study. But if there's a class and I'm studying and I'm just like not getting it, then I know that I definitely need to be studying a lot harder in that class. Another question is, what do you do when you're not in the classroom? I feel like that really depends on who you're asking. For me specifically, if you wanted me to answer that, I mainly just like hanging out with my friends. We don't do it like a lot. We're just like on our phones talking to each other. We study together sometimes. We just like watch movies. Like I said, there's not a ton to do on my campus. There's not a ton to do in town. We're just like with each other, and that's pretty. Which brings me to the next question, which is about like social life. So when you first move to college, it's scary because like you don't know anyone, obviously. A lot of people feel like that way pretty much, and everyone's gonna be really outgoing at first. They're gonna be trying to make a ton of new friends. Your first like week in school, you're gonna be meeting people, you're gonna be making so many new friends. Like, it's crazy. You're gonna have so many people on Snapchat, you're gonna have so many people's Instagrams, and like you're not even gonna know who they are in like 2 weeks. But then once you do find like your group, you can like kind of calm down and like with making all the friends. Definitely like know people and be kind to people. But once you make that friend group, it's a lot easier, and you kind of just do everything with them. It's a lot like high school. Then when classes start, it's like everyone's kind of focused on school. When you're in your classes, you're not really like meeting a ton of people. Well, I guess it depends on the class. For some classes, they make you like do group projects all the time. Like, you're always working with someone, you always have a partner, you're always talking to the class. You're gonna make friends in those classes that make you do stuff like that. But classes that are pretty like laid back, like if it's in a lecture, you're probably not gonna make like a ton of friends in that class. I really thought that I was gonna make a ton of friends in my classes, but I didn't. I have a few, yeah. Okay, the food here is pretty good. A lot of unhealthy food. Pizza, french fries, hamburgers, like they have everything. So many desserts, like oh my gosh, it's crazy. But after a while, you kind of start to get sick of like the same thing, and then you kind of start getting into like, oh, like I wonder what it's like to eat a salad. Eating the same thing kind of gets boring. They don't switch up the food a whole lot from the top. Another question was, what are the dorms like? And here at my school, we don't really call them dorms. They're not really called dorms, they're called residence halls. Dorms are more like there's a room and you share it with someone, and then you have to leave your room to go to the bathroom. Here it's like there's a room and you have your roommate, unless you paid an extra $600 to have your own room, which is ridiculous. I'd rather just tough it out with this kid that I don't really like. And then there's a door, and then in the middle there's a bathroom, and then on the other side of it there's another room, and there's someone and their roommate, and then they have a door to the same bathroom. So you share a bathroom with 3 other people, your roommate and the 2 people in the room next to yours. They're called your suite mates. It's suite style. There's room, bathroom in the middle. I like not having to like go outside of my room to use the bathroom. I can just go in there, take a shower, whatever I need to do. Having a roommate is kind of weird. I always had my own room, so whenever I wanted to be alone, I could just go be alone in my room for however long I wanted, but I don't really have that anymore. It's also really weird like living with a stranger, like someone you don't even know. The rooms are kind of set up so that you each have a wardrobe, and then you each have a desk, and you can move each of those around, and then your beds are set up like bunk beds, but you can take them apart and put them side by side or wherever you want, or you can pay maybe $200. No, it's definitely way more than that. I think it's like 300 something for a loft. You buy it from Lowe's, and they have it like all set up for you, and then you just set it up. So you take the beds and you have to take them home to store them. I have a loft, and a lot of people don't have lofts, and that's totally fine. It makes for a lot more space. I didn't really want a loft. My roommate really wanted one, so like I was like, whatever. It's basically like a long platform that goes the length of the room, and it's set up. It has 4 posts, and that's what like holds it up, and it just goes the length of the whole room, and you put your mattress up there on your side, and then your roommate puts his or her mattress on the other side. So you sleep like this is your mattress and this is their mattress, so you're like on the same level. How me and my roommate sleep is we sleep like feet to feet, so that's not like weird. And then in the center of this like big platform, there's one ladder. I've seen a lot of people, they build their own ladder so that they have a ladder on each side. We didn't do that. We just have one ladder, and what that does is like it opens up the room a little bit more. It leaves you a lot more space. It puts the beds like out of the way, so you don't have to worry about them when you're not sleeping in them. And then there's room under the loft for you to put your desk, so we have our desks like under our bed on our side. Oh, and you also have one dresser to share. It's just one, and there's 6 drawers in it. So like your roommate can have the top 3 and you can have the bottom 3. I have the bottom 3. The next one is about like a roommate, and my roommate, I don't know. I guess I kind of like my roommate because he does his own thing and I do my own thing, and we've never had any problems. We've never fought. He's never gone into my things. I've never gone into his things. It's like it's like your side of the room, my side of the room. Like, don't mess with it. I kind of wish though that we were a little bit like closer, like we talked a little bit more. Me and my roommate don't talk like at all. We moved here and we kind of like said a few words, and that was pretty much it. We pretty much just sleep in the same room and that's it. Like, I never really talk to him. You don't really have to talk to your roommate unless you're like in there all the time with them. My roommate isn't really like a talkative person. The last question was about like the student body, if they're like friendly, and I already kind of talked about that, about how that first week you're gonna meet a bunch of people and everyone's gonna be trying to meet people. So it's gonna be like, don't worry about meeting people the first week, because you're gonna meet people, because everyone's trying to meet people. They're all scared, so everyone's gonna be outgoing. Don't worry about it, as long as you're outgoing too. Is the student body diverse? Yes. I love how diverse the student body is at college. I grew up in a town where everyone had the same ideas, everyone looked the same, they were all white, and I'm Mexican. I didn't really care because like it was what I grew up with. But then moving to college, it was so cool to meet a bunch of people that looked like me, a bunch of people that didn't look like me, a bunch of people that didn't look anything like what I went to school with. So many different experiences and backgrounds to like listen to. It was so cool. And there's so many student organizations. There's Asian student organizations, there's Hispanic student organizations. Go to student organizations like that interest you, that really speak to you. That's another way to make friends. There's LGBT student organizations. There's a student organization for pretty much any interest that you have. If you're still having trouble making friends, like go to student organizations. They're great. So the library actually closes in 15 minutes. So I'm done with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that answers some of your questions. If you have any more questions, let me know. So my one friend who's gonna watch this, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, but that's the end of my video. So I hope you enjoyed. If comment down below, subscribe to me. I'm gonna vlog. I don't know.